one game away. Blow up. We're playing for something, man. We're playing for something. Just gotta mean something to you. They gotta mean something. Everything you got. Everything you got. Let's finish this.
Do it, fellas.
Let's go.
Let's do it, fellas.
Finish 2 3. 1 2 3.
You ready to make history? Come on now. Yeah. You know there's these two words. And when I say them, people get goosebumps cause they know what happens next. So without further ado, free smoke. Look, scared cause I'm drowning in silence with bad thoughts. These days I don't have nothing to say, man, the bag talks. I put in headphones on my driver. Pull up to the spot and give a good dick and Godiva. I can't lie, I'm uninspired. No more pillow talking about nonsense. I only stick around to put some band-aids on my conscience. I don't know why I feel so bad, nigga. That's what we do, no foundation. We don't build no more, we just screw. Half a bottle of Henny, girl, I'm going with the wind. The same niggas say they happy for me, ain't want me to win. So I'm done on my friends. Don't need help popping Coronas and reminiscing. I just call up Big Bro J and say it's time for venting. If I live forever, I hold this hate for some centuries. You don't know how much I have you doing what it meant to me, but motherfuck all that. I don't even offer up the time to make the call back. Stupid Lodo, if they don't get the picture now, man, I crop them out of the photo. I can't relate to my peers. Been doing this shit for years. I'm motivated by fears. I took the wheel and I steer. My sound not dictated by fuck boys in Atlanta. Stay gifted like this album was ghost written by Santa Bars forever, like they decided to throw me under Slammer. Every song's a hit like they picture me underhanders. I could drop 1,000,000 songs, but they never gon' understand us. Soapbox sermons for niggas never giving chances. Fight our whole lives to get these weak ass advances. Work twice as hard for the shit that they getting handed. And this ain't even nothing we chose, nigga, we branded. Still can't tell why all of these niggas mad at me. I'm trying to get 100 so I can put my team on salary. Give it all to the art, man, I turn my life to a gallery. Man, damn, what a fucked up masterpiece. 1,100 shots and I swear, man, I felt them all. If we ain't even good on our blocks, man, who can we call? Pre-decline state of mind, we broke crabs in the barrel. Got us fighting our folk, man, this shit just a life of peril.
Welcome back to another episode of Kicking It with Saint. Yo, we at 50 subscribers, cuz. Took us a little bit longer to get there. I thought we would have been there by now, but that's all right, bro. That's all right. I'm gonna do something special for that 50. Now let's get to 100. Let's get to 100 subscribers, bro. Let's chase that down. Yo, tell everybody you know, tell your friends, put them on to a better sports talk show at the moment, bro. Listen, we got a lot to talk about. When being them boys goes wrong, bro, it's a lot of drama in Dallas right now. Now, I know we don't like to talk about the teams right now that's not in the playoffs, but we'll make some time for Dallas. How is everybody doing out there today, bro? I hope everybody's having a dope day, dope night, dope afternoon, whichever point in time of the day you're listening to this. I hope your day was as dope as it could possibly be. If it wasn't, you still got time in the day, according to what time it is for me right now. But if it is no more time in your day, because of when you're listening to this, we always got tomorrow. So don't sweat it. We got some things to talk about. Boy, do we have some things to talk about. So I went back and watched last night I rewatched I started rewatching it last night and I finished it up just a couple minutes ago. I rewatched the Buffalo game. That was really the only game that I went back. I'll probably rewatch most of them, but the Buffalo game is the one I wanted to rewatch for a certain reason, because I wanted to make sure what I was about to say about Josh Allen was accurate. So I had to go back and watch the game. And boy, I tell you, first, before we even get into Josh Allen, the white media is a problem. It's just no two ways around it. Rex Ryan, Dan Orlovsky, Peter Schrager, just any white analyst that you could think of, Wilds, just any white analyst that you can think of that do a lot of that dick sucking for the white quarterbacks, bro. Just, oh my God. And then you got the dumbass doofus black media like Emmanuel Acho, who is easily the worst analyst in all the sports, in my opinion, in any talk. I don't think I probably have ever seen a host of a show that is anywhere near as bad as Emmanuel Acho, bro. Like, my matter of fact, I'm gonna be able to keep it a buck with you. Outside of James Jones, Shady on certain days, Joy on certain days, I think Speak is a terrible show. And I'm gonna tell you why in a couple. But boy, the media is on one today. The way that they have come to the defense of Josh Allen. Oh my goodness. And I'm going to tell you what my irritation is, because obviously y'all know, if you listen to the show, you know how I feel about Josh Allen. But see, I'm not going to keep reminding you about that today, because I'm not finna go light. I'm finna give you my honest, complete thoughts on this Josh Allen shit. When Lamar Jackson done lost in the playoffs, it's done been held over his head every single year until he got another win. They never added context to those games. They never went back and went through the game to tell you everything that happened throughout the game, whether it have been his fault or not. They only tell you, oh, Lamar Jackson got a bad quarterback rating. It didn't matter who was around him. They only tell you he lost those games. It's on him. So why, when Josh Allen lose to the good quarterbacks in the playoffs or lose in the playoffs, it's an excuse left and right? As much as I like Josh Allen, one of the things that's done irritated me about Josh Allen, not really about Josh Allen, the thing that's done irritated me about the talk around him is how every time it's time to be critical of Josh Allen, we bring up his playoff game that he lost to the Chiefs. That being his highlight moment of his career, a loss to the Chiefs. That's crazy to me. Every time somebody bring up Josh Allen, oh, but look at the stats. Oh, but look at, if it wasn't for him, they wouldn't be. This was the problem when Richard Sherman tried to abort his mission to make Brock Purdy an MVP and tried to hop to the Bills and say, oh, well, you know what? Josh Allen is the MVP. And something that people kept doing, specifically Darren Orlovsky and a lot of the other analysts, they kept saying Josh Allen is about to have 50 touchdowns, and a lot of people thought that meant, oh, he had threw for that many touchdowns. No. That's his combined touchdowns for rushing and passing. Now, some people might say, well, Saint, a score is a score. I agree. I agree 100%. Why does the media not bring up Pat Mahomes when he's got rushing touchdowns? Why they don't bring up his total touchdowns? Why they don't bring up Lamar's total touchdowns? I could be waiting on that answer forever. But for some reason, when it comes to them white knights, we're going to bring up every positive stat we could possibly bring up. And that is my problem with the Josh Allen talk. I done told y'all before, when we live in this world full of stats and whatnot, where people who don't understand the game, don't know what they watching, can just sit down and use stats for everything. Even somebody as intelligent as Dan Orlovsky, who can just continue to throw stats at you left and right. We got a problem. Straight up. I don't understand how Josh Allen is at no fault for any of these losses. Mind you, do we want to go through the list of quarterbacks? Because that's what the media never do. Do we really want to talk about the quarterbacks that he done beat in the playoffs to this point? The only good name on that list is Lamar Jackson. He played against a Lamar Jackson that had no weapons. In the game that he beat Lamar left with a concussion because the center threw the ball over his head and he had to try to go retrieve it. And it was multiple drops by the players in that game by Baltimore. But that's the context they add for Josh Allen. You see, I'm always told I'm making excuses when I add context for other quarterbacks. But when you add context for Josh Allen, now I'm confused. Because when I added context for Lamar Jackson, it was called making excuses for him. You add context for Josh Allen, the white boys in the media, specifically Dan Orlovsky, then it wasn't on him. I got to add this context. And so I love what Ryan Clark did today. At some point in time, you cannot continue. Bro, every single time Josh Allen has lost in the playoffs, Instead of us talking about the person who won, we wax poetically about how it wasn't Josh Allen's fault. And that right there is letting me know that they watch these games from a different perspective, from a biased perspective, because I went back and watched some of Lamar's games. I done went back and watched some of Pat's games. You want to know what I did not see in most of these games, whether it be Dak and all these other. You want to know what I saw that I didn't see when they talk about Josh Allen? They literally critique almost every single play Dak, Lamar, any other quarterback make. You want to know the two quarterbacks who I never seen them critique? Josh Allen, Joe Burrow. Now, this ain't a Joe Burrow conversation, so we'll get to Joe in a couple, or maybe we won't. But for Josh Allen, I don't see them critiquing every single thing he could have done right in the game. They just tell you it was on Stephon Diggs. It was on this guy. It was on that guy. That's not what you do when Lamar play. That's not what you do if Hurts lose. That's not what you do when most of these other quarterbacks lose. But for Josh Allen, for some reason, the first thing the media went, oh my God, this guy is so good. He's so good. Josh Allen can still be good and have to be held to some type of standard. You see, my irritation is every single time they bring up the best quarterbacks, Lamar Jackson oftentimes get left out, even though he don't accomplish more in as an individual than Josh Allen or Pat or Joe Burrow. The only quarterback in football that's a young quarterback that's more accomplished as far as individual awards and individual accomplishments is Pat Mahomes. That's it. And it's funny to me how when you talk about Josh Allen, when you talk about Joe Burrow, you can separate the team from the player success. But when you talk about Lamar, it's always that team success. I think it's funny. Josh Allen that had a great defense the last couple years. A lot of injuries this year, so we won't count this. In past years, have you heard anybody come out and say, well, Buffalo's offense is great, but look at that defense? And they done had a great defense over the last couple years. Meanwhile, you look at Lamar Jackson, the first thing Richard Sherman and guys want to do when they hop on TV, well, I mean, you got to look at this defense. You got to look at this defense. They try to play the Texans, even though most of you just picked the Texans to beat Baltimore. A lot of you picked the Texans as, oh, this is such a good. Now they're an upstart team because Lamar beat them. When Josh Allen went out and beat the Steelers, I didn't hear people say, well, I mean, it's just the Steelers with Mason Rudolph. You just gave Josh Allen his credit. This is what I say when I say, how could you be a fan of sports, hear the media talk like this, know that the media do this type of narrative-driven shit, and have no problem with it? At some point in time, fans are going to start hating Josh Allen. Why is that, Saint? It ain't going to be because of Josh Allen. It's going to be because they're going to get tired of the media consistently making excuses for him and watching him come up short. And I'm not just talking about random fans. I'm talking about Buffalo fans. At some point in time, the hate for Josh Allen, not even necessarily the hate, they're going to feel a certain type of way about him because they're going to keep hearing the media gloat, just talk about how great he is, and blame everybody else when they lose. At some point in time, though, like you do for Lamar Jackson, like you do for Pat Mahomes, like you do for most of these other quarterbacks, it's got to be some type of standard that he held to. He had this game at home. All you kept telling me was Josh Allen just need a home game against Pat Mahomes and that'll figure it out. It didn't. All season, Josh Allen should be MVP. Oh, he should be finished second in MVP. And all season I kept saying, he's not playing that much better than Pat Mahomes. I think that at some point in time, it has to be consistent pushback, like what Ryan Clark did today, on guys like Dan Orlovsky. Bro, when these white quarterbacks lose, it's okay to critique them, bro. It's okay to say they're not getting it done. It cannot be this easy to kill Lamar Jackson. Even when Lamar win, they kill him. It's just too easy for him to do it. When Josh Allen lose, you want to know some of the things I heard? Well, you know, usually he win and this and that. Bro, he ain't beat Pat Mahomes in the playoffs yet. He ain't beat Joe Burrow in the playoffs yet. Now, we kill Lamar Jackson. People kill Lamar Jackson for his playoff record. And I promise you they're going to kill him Sunday if he loses to Pat. The first thing won't be excuses made for Lamar Jackson. But that's the first thing people do when Josh Allen loses a game. What is the scale we grading these quarterbacks on? Because Lamar and Josh Allen is both great quarterbacks. So I don't understand how Josh Allen is not graded on the same scale as a Lamar Jackson. Even though he praised on a far higher scale. Well, he done accomplished more than Lamar. What has he accomplished? See, every time y'all say that to me, my question is the same. What has he accomplished? He not an MVP. He not a unanimous MVP. He take his team to the playoffs. So do Lamar. He got a couple more playoff wins. Do we got a Super Bowl yet? See, this is my problem. He don't even have a trip to the Super Bowl. And now, hell, him and Lamar both done been to a championship, to an AFC championship. So I don't quite understand why you have the analysts who go to bed before that game was even, as soon as the game ended, they went to bed knowing I'm going to find a way to defend him in the morning. And Rex Ryan is just becoming ridiculous at his job, in my opinion. Ridiculously bad with some of his takes, bro. I'm almost certain I want him to just stick to the defensive side of the ball. Because some of the shit that he be saying for the offensive side, he said don't blame Dak Prescott for that loss. And Dak played like shit for 3 quarters. But sure, because of these stats at the end of the game, let's not blame Dak. What are we seeing? What are we watching? I'm watching people defend Brock Purdy like we did not just watch the whole 3 quarters of which he played like shit. I don't get it. And then, you know me. You know me. I tell you, just make the drive that matters. Make that key drive that matters. You ain't never heard me say that when it comes to the offense. You hear me say that for the defense all the time. It's just one drive. It don't matter how good you play, how bad you play throughout the whole game. Just get the stops when it matters. I say that about the defense all the time because the defense is a game of moments. I never said that about the offense. I ain't never one time said it don't matter how good the offense play all game. Now, I done said Pat Mahomes and Lamar and Burrow and Allen can struggle through a whole game because they are that type of talent where they can get it done when they need to the most. So you're not worried about that. But I ain't never one time told you, you know what? You can play like shit on offense throughout the whole game and you'll be fine. I ain't never one time said that. Never. So let's, I've always said defense can struggle throughout a game. And boom. Just be good in the moments. That's it. Be great in moments. This thing that we're doing where we ignore all the, go back and watch these Buffalo losses in the playoffs. And tell me that Josh Allen done came through every single time a moment done presented itself. Because I'm giving you leeway. I've never said that it's okay to not play good on offense through a whole game. But I will tell you that for Josh Allen, I'm okay with him not playing great all game because I know he can make those plays when it matters. Just not against, clearly, Pat Mahomes. Or teams, because they was favored in this game. I don't know how. Probably just because they was at home. But you didn't do it against Pat. You didn't do it against Burrow. I really don't think you did it in that game against Lamar. You just lucked up with that pick 6 that happened and all the bad play on Baltimore's side of the ball. But that wasn't a great game by Josh Allen. But you see him play against these lower ranked quarterbacks go crazy and everybody act like he just beat the Chiefs. That's the problem I'm having, amongst other things, with these white quarterbacks. You overhype how they play against bad competition, lower ranked competition. Let Lamar go out there and have beaten the Steelers. Oh, they supposed to beat the Steelers. That's a bad team. That's exactly what y'all said about when we just beat the Texans. Oh, they were supposed to beat the Texans. If they were supposed to beat the Texans, why was people getting on TV picking the Texans? Oh, I trust. Nick Wright said he trusted C.J. Stroud more than Lamar Jackson. Like, let's not act like the media don't live in this reality where everything that's recent is the most important thing to them. They just saw C.J. Stroud do what he did to the Browns. So immediately they said, yeah, he'll probably be able to beat the Ravens. The Ravens, in 2019 blew it. It's funny how that history done followed Lamar Jackson, but the bad history in the playoffs for Josh Allen has never followed him. We get so up and on. We get so happy about him beating those bad teams. Not to mention, playing in a wild card all the time, bro, I'm going to get mad at Lamar Jackson and Pat Mahomes because they usually not in the wild card. Twice in Lamar's career, he haven't had to play in a wild card. And 5 times Pat Mahomes haven't had to play in a wild card. Let me be mad at them because they didn't have to play an extra game in the playoffs. And let me overvalue Josh Allen because he did. How crazy is that? I mean, that's just, to me, that's insanity. However, when I go back and watch these Josh Allen games, these Buffalo Bills games, we could just focus on the one from last night. I saw multiple white analysts, but specifically Dan Orlovsky, get on TV this morning and tell you how flawless a game Josh Allen played and start pointing blame on everybody else. And you know what's very interesting to me? I saw somebody say Stephon Diggs is a great receiver. He got to make that catch. He expected to make that catch. Josh Allen, a great quarterback. He not expected to make that throw at the end of the game. This is my thing. You nitpick other players, but not Josh Allen. And then we want to take, drops. Pat Mahomes dealt with drops all year. Lamar Jackson was dealing with drops this year. I never heard, well, they did. What's my man? Shannon Sharp wanted to tell you about that for Pat Mahomes all year because that's his guy. But I never heard that excuse for Lamar. If Pat Mahomes had a loss, I'm pretty sure it would have been certain people that gave him that excuse, but nobody else would have given him that excuse. But for Josh Allen, we got to figure out a way to make it seem like Josh Allen still did everything he was supposed to do in this game. It's funny to me. Like I said, you have no problem going at Lamar, Dak, Jalen Hurts, and being critical as possible about them. But for Josh Allen, the first thing people want to do is praise him in the loss. You see, this is a loser mentality to me, and I'm going to be quite frank with you. Like Ryan Clark said, I don't know if I've seen a quarterback have this many excuses made for them since LeBron James. Like, he do get defended as if he is LeBron. Like, the way LeBron stands defend LeBron, how nothing is ever LeBron's fault. That's just about how people defend Joe Burrow and Josh Allen at this point. And it's absolutely, they defend Justin Herbert like that too, but I'm not even getting into this Justin Herbert conversation. The way people done defended these playoff losses for Josh Allen is a part of the problem. What the fuck is he going to learn if he never... Bro, Lamar Jackson got to sit back and listen to the media just trash him left and right when he lose a game. Josh Allen here lose a game and the media says nothing. Unless he have a game where he turned the ball over a lot. Other than that, he know they're going to blame it on somebody else. Whose fault was it that when their defense got to stop, Josh Allen still couldn't take him? And this is what's crazy to me. He played the way he played all year and up until this point in that game. And when he no longer doing it, you start to use excuses for other players instead of saying, Allen, why would you fold in the biggest moment of our season right now? People keep saying, oh, Diggs cost us the game. Bro, y'all really getting on my nerves. For one, yeah, Diggs could have made the catch. But let's stop saying that was a pinpoint perfect throw. When it's a perfect throw, you put it right in the bucket. That ball did not hit Diggs' hands. It hit his arm. So if you never played a receiving position in your life, whether it be tight end, receiver, or receiving running back, my hands is not my arm. If I'm going up to catch the ball the way Diggs caught it with my hands and it popped my arm, that's a tougher catch to make, especially when the ball bounced off my arm and I have a cornerback draped all over me. The other pass that was missed on the other side. I saw Dan Orlovsky say that a perfect ball was thrown to one of the receivers for the Bills who had to lay out and dive for a catch. When in God's name have we ever said a perfect throw occurred when somebody had to dive and reach out for a catch? This is the nonsense that the white guys are going to do for the white guys in the NFL. And listen, if you don't want me to make it about race, get on there and tell Dan Orlovsky and them to start judging everybody on the same playing field. It's when we talking about the tiers of players. Because that wasn't a perfect throw if he got a layout for it. And then the other one that you said was a perfect throw on the sideline. That one probably was a perfect throw. Buddy could have caught that, even though the ball also hit his arms. However, he wasn't going up for the catch the way Diggs was going up for it. but he also had a defender draped all over him. So now all of a sudden, defenders don't get paid to do a job also. Just receivers running out there wide open, and they can't drop passes or have drop contested passes or nothing. This is the thing that's done when a white quarterback lose, and it's killing the fans. The fans are going into these things thinking, yeah, it's really everybody else's fault. No accountability is being taught when the white quarterbacks play. That's a problem for me. So I watch Joe Burrow a lot. We all know I watch Joe Burrow if you watch the channel. Every time Joe Burrow and them boys play, I critique. I tell you exactly what I see. Before they even made it to the Super Bowl, I remember telling people, it's 3 different Bengals that you're going to get. You're going to get a Bengals team that look like, what the fuck is they doing? You're going to get a Bengals team that's like, bro, get out of our way. You are stopping us right now as a head coach. And then you're going to get the Bengals team that look damn near unstoppable. That don't matter. And you probably will see all 3 versions of that team throughout the game. But the one that's unstoppable, that's the one you want to see all the time. But it's hard to see it because they don't coach. I don't think they have a great offensive head coach. And I don't think they have a great head coach, period. I don't think he run a good game plan that puts his guys in perfect position. I think most of the time his players put themselves in the perfect position to be successful. People can keep giving dude all this. The only coach who I'm willing to kind of revise my thoughts on at this moment is Dan Campbell. I'm really trying to see what Dan Campbell does for his team that makes him better. He a great motivator, I'm seeing. I still don't see, like, it's not like dudes is playing great ball. He got a lot of offensive weaponry over there, but it's not like his motivation is making dudes play way better. Like, so I'm still figuring out with Dan Campbell, but I'm willing to change on him. I'm not changing on Zach Taylor, bro. It's not going to happen for the simple reason. I know for a fact if Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan, I don't know about Kyle at the moment. I'm going to go to Kyle in a minute. If I take Matt LaFleur, who I actually think is the best coach in the NFL right now, and I'm going to tell you why in a minute, but I am so on the Matt LaFleur bandwagon like I was. Like, I always have been on the Packers bandwagon since I done told you that before. Bro, when I get to Matt LaFleur this episode, I'm dead ass serious. He's not the best coach in the league. But, man, I'm trying to tell you, if I could take a head coach right now, not named John Harbaugh, because I'm always be biased because John Harbaugh is my guy. If I could have one head coach that was not John Harbaugh in the NFL right now, I would in a second take Matt LaFleur. And I did not think that last year. As much as I love Matt LaFleur, I was always going to take McVay or Shanahan first. But I done seen things from Shanahan that make me not want to take him. And I done seen things from McVay that make me not want to take them over Matt LaFleur. And I'll get to that in a couple. However, I'm always critiquing the Cincinnati Bengals. Always. Because on this channel, I don't care if you white or black, bruh. You're going to get critiqued the same fucking way, especially if you a great quarterback. For some reason, that don't exist in the media. Dan Orlovsky is allowed to get on TV and tell the fans, Josh Allen is not the reason we lost. But let me ask you something. Josh Allen in the fourth quarter is not the Josh Allen that was playing throughout the game. And for some reason, nobody say nothing about it. I told y'all last night, the Chiefs did something. I mean, not the Chiefs. The Bills did something that the Chiefs didn't do. The Chiefs were not panicking at any time in that game. They did not think to themselves, oh, man, we just have to make a play because we got to beat this. They never did that. They carried themselves in a way of, we know we're going to find a way to beat this team. You look at the Bills and you look at some of the stupid shit they did throughout this game. Josh Allen running past the line of scrimmage and throwing that ball back. That should have been a flag. It did not get flagged. Mind you, he done that shit before and it was not flagged. I'm going to tell y'all something. I don't like how they referee Josh Allen and the Bills at home. I probably done said that before. I do not like how they referee Josh Allen. They let Josh Allen get away with some bullshit at home at times. This coming from a dude who loved Josh Allen. But some of the bullshit that they be letting Josh Allen get away with at home is ridiculous. Nonetheless, you didn't get called for that, which should have been called. Your dumbass coach do a fake punt on the 30. At that point, the Chiefs had scored on every drive they had. And you call that? Time after time after time in that game, you saw the Chiefs. You saw Buffalo pressing, doing stupid shit. Doing things that's out of character because they wanted to win a game in which they didn't think they could win it. But they wanted to win it so bad. So they got out of themselves. They started doing shit that's uncharacteristic of a great football team. Josh Allen played a role in that. Somehow, though, it was McDermott. It was Shakir. It was Diggs. Do you not realize how that turns a team against a quarterback when the media is... It's easy for the Ravens players to love Lamar Jackson because they never get blamed for nothing in the media. They know every time something happened, the media is going to blame Lamar Jackson. It's wrong. It's fucked up. And it's a problem. But they understand Lamar Jackson is always going to take all of the blame. He's going to shoulder the blame regardless if it's his fault or not. That's just not the case in Buffalo. And that's one of my problems because you hear these analysts always say, we hold these quarterbacks to a different standard. Not Josh Allen, we don't. We immediately find somebody else to blame when Josh Allen loses. The same shit y'all do when Justin Herbert loses. And I really don't like talking about Justin Herbert because in my opinion, he is not in the league of a Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Pat Mahomes. Y'all might think he is because he a white boy with long hair who could throw the ball real nice. But the fact of the matter is he ain't. He done had just as good a weaponry around him as a Josh Allen, as a Joe Burrow, as a Pat Mahomes, as a Lamar Jackson, and ain't been nowhere near the level of accomplishments those other dudes have. Haven't put his team nowhere near where these other dudes done put their teams as far as in position to be successful. And it's an excuse every time you look at Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert, if you go look at him in the fourth quarter, is not the same player that he is in those other quarters. But people kept trying to argue me down about that. Look at the stats. Look at the stats. Look at the stats. Bro, I keep telling y'all, I don't give a flying fuck about stats, my guy. I don't. Because stats is why the fucking media sound the way they sound. Stupid. Telling you shit that don't matter. Running around in circles screaming the same old stupid shit that don't matter. Listen to me. Listen to me good. Josh Allen was not good enough in the fourth quarter. Really, in my opinion, he wasn't good enough in the second half, but I'm letting that third quarter slide. When the game got tight, Josh Allen got tight also. And that's not excusing the other people around him from getting tight also. But when Lamar loses, we don't say, this dude got tight, that dude got tight. That's not what they say. They just tell you that it was all on Lamar Jackson. But when these white quarterbacks lose, we got to pass the blame. The blame pie. The blame pie. Fuck all that. Like Ryan Clark said, not saying Josh Allen is the reason they lost, but the great players is the reason you win. And did Josh Allen at any time in that game, especially in the second half when the game was on the line, what did he do to put his team in a better position to win the game? Because he almost fumbled away the game. Bad play calling and bad play. And one of the things is, Ashley, give me a minute. I got to take a piss. And I can't hold it. All right, listen to me. Listen to me. Josh Allen did not make all the plays that could have been made in the second half of that game to win it. And I find it very funny that if it was anybody else, we hold them accountable. We pick apart every little drive. But the thing that's really bothering me is that last throw that he missed to Shakir. Because we keep saying, field goal, field goal, field goal. That's a wide open fucking touchdown. And if Josh Allen is not allowed to play the game as reckless as he play it all the time, Josh Allen would have stepped up and made that throw. Dan Orlovsky keep telling he got a 300-pound dude in his lap. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. His offensive lineman defended that as good as possible. Was he driving him backwards? Absolutely. That's why you step up in the pocket. You don't just always rely. We saw Jordan Love throw interceptions because of he trusted his arm too much. And I don't see people. It's this show on Fox or FS1 called The Carlton Show. And I like Carlton. But his opinion on Jordan Love today was absolutely one of the stupidest fucking things I done heard in my lifetime. How can you say that the Bucks should pay Baker, but you can't pay Jordan Love because he just cost you a playoff game? So did Baker. Not to mention, Baker was nowhere near as good this season or in the playoffs as a Jordan Love. Jordan Love and them boys beat teams they wasn't supposed to beat and almost beat the Niners. They beat the Niners. They just gave the game away at the end. And I understand how good Baker played in the playoffs or how decent he played in the playoffs. I'm taking Jordan. I'm not even going to get into that yet. However, you hold Jordan Love accountable. He's a rookie. And I understand it's his fourth year. He is a rookie. This is his first year as a full starter. If this was the NBA, he would win Rookie of the Year. But for some reason, can't hold Josh Allen accountable. If Josh Allen step up and make that throw, if he step up in the pocket, move around in the pocket, like we know Josh Allen can do, he deliver a strike for a touchdown. But we done got so used to Josh Allen being able to make all type of crazy throws from all type of angles, from all type of foot, that you let him off the hook with that. When in actuality, it's no reason to have let him off the hook because he could have stepped up in that pocket. He could have made a better throw. I see people going to Brock Purdy for the bad throws he made over the weekend. So we just absolving Josh Allen and his bad throws and highlighting the good throws that he did make, or the would-be good throws if a receiver make a spectacular play on the ball that we trying to dumb down as just easy plays. That's probably my biggest problem. The level of disrespect aimed at other players in order to prop Josh Allen up. Now we saying, oh, Stephon Diggs, you got to make that catch every time. That's a tough fucking catch. That's 60-yard a bomb over the shoulder, dude hanging all over you. You trying to make that catch. Most people cannot make that catch. But now we going to make Stephon Diggs feel like, bro, you just dropped a routine catch. That's crazy. Dude got to lay out for the ball, and he let Josh Allen down. And this is another reason I don't like looking at Tony Romo call games, because this got to be one of the biggest dick-sucking ass motherfuckers on TV right now. I get irritated when people go at Chris Collinsworth, because what do you want him to do? Sit there and trash players? I don't care how many times, and maybe it's just me, because I love Chris Collinsworth. I've been watching Sunday Night Football for a long time. It's got a special place in my heart. That's why I got so irritated this year when so many of those games were not prime time games. They did not have teams in that game that we felt like should have been in that game. It's a couple things that Saint keep very sacred. Sunday Night Football is one of them. My irritation when they put bad teams on Sunday Night Football. I couldn't even describe it to you. But to blame everybody else, to demean everybody else, to disrespect all these other players in order to prop up Josh and not give him no blame is absolutely ridiculous. And the fact that the media is allowed to continuously do this shit is ridiculous to me. I watched the media today talk about Lamar winning with more people giving him half praise and immediately hopping to, well, you know, he did win that game, but. And once again, I'm just going to always say, this dude, and I'm finna say the N-word, this dude, Emmanuel Acho, is a fuck nigga. I cannot wait till he is off of fucking television and onto one of them raggedy ass stations or something that nobody listen to, but they'll keep him on there to keep getting him a check. I cannot wait till that's the thing. White people who put people in like Emmanuel Acho in positions of power really be pissing me off because they know what they be doing. This is a cock-sucking ass black man who gonna suck the white man's dick no matter what. And so we gonna put him in position and act like, oh yeah, he a representation for black people. No, he not. No black individual who is a black man, a black woman that watch those shows agree with shit that Emmanuel Acho be saying. And we all know that he is a raccoon. Point blank period, bruh. But of course, you know, he got on X and started dick sucking Brock Purdy. But I'll get to Brock Purdy. But the biggest thing that I wanted to come away with from this game is You know, it's a real shame at how the media is teaching the fans on how to watch football, how to dissect it. You walk away from that game saying Josh Allen played a perfect game. That's absolutely insane. Switch Lamar and Josh Allen, same stats and everything. Do you think they walking away from that game saying Lamar played a perfect game if he did everything that exactly the way Josh Allen did it? No. But it's a funny thing what that skin complexion affords you, ain't it? Now, Josh, if you ever hear this one day, I want you to know I still love you, my guy. I still got nothing but faith in you. However, you got to be called to the carpet when these type of things occur. And it's not on you. It's not on you. But to not have a conversation in the media today on, can Josh Allen get it done in these big games against the big guys that you have every time Lamar Jackson or anybody else not named Josh Allen or Burrow lose, is ridiculous. They haven't asked you, could Justin Herbert get it done in big games yet? And I've been saying it for 2 years, dog. Show me the big game that Justin Herbert has won. Show it to me. What is the big game that Justin Herbert done won? I think the only season you can go to is his playoff season where they finally made the playoffs. And I think it was like 2 games that season that was big enough games to where, mind you, a lot of Justin Herbert's big games ain't even against the Pat Mahomes, the Josh Allen. You know what I'm saying? He be beating Pat Mahomes when there's nothing on the line for Pat Mahomes. And that's one of the things that's really irritating me. The media love to praise these white quarterbacks for beating Patrick Mahomes when it don't matter. Shout out to Joe Burrow, man. Joe Burrow actually done beat the man when it mattered, even though I'm always going to say, bro, listen, I like Joe. I really do. And I want to put him up there with them dudes. I really do. However, listen, it's just hard, bro. Chase, Boyd, Higgins, Mixon. Is hard. And I don't want Cincinnati fans to hate me, even though I'm a Baltimore fan, so that wouldn't bother me at all. But, you know, I'm teaching peace, love, and happiness on here, but we don't got to hate each other because of sports. Unless you one of them dudes in the media. Fuck them. Aside from that, though, you know, I'm trying to build a great fan base here because I want the fans to understand football and see what I'm seeing and watch. I'm going to be honest with y'all, man. I'm not a I told you so motherfucker. I would ask for the people who done listened to me for a long time, I mean, just go down the list of the shit that I done got wrong. That's why I'm so serious, and that's why I don't waste when I get on here to talk to y'all, bro, I'm telling you, this is why I always knew one day I would be rich doing this. I would be doing this as a lifestyle because I know what the fuck I'm seeing. I don't have to have played in the NFL. That's why I do got to push back for people who be like, yo, you know, they talking about a game they ain't never played. I understand that quote when it's coming from people being disrespectful. I get that. People telling you don't deserve to be a Hall of Famer or first ballot, this and that. I get that. They never played the game and they legitimately is altering your career. And they never played the game because of feelings, emotion, and shit like that. I just know what I'm seeing. And I challenge anybody to tell me everything that I done got wrong since I've been on this channel, and it ain't gonna be much. Especially when we talk about the serious, like the big things, I'm usually getting them right. Like, it's very rare that I'm just jumping out the window and wrong on a subject. And that's not me tooting my own horn or nothing like that. That's me telling you, I have such a commitment to you. I have such a strong belief in not letting y'all down, not lying to y'all, that I do the homework. I watch the games I'm supposed to watch. I go back and watch them multiple times if I have to. I watch the film. If I ever sat down and started staring at the numbers and shit like that, you'd be able to understand it. You'd be able to know. Because the shit that I'm saying wouldn't correlate. I would hop around just like the numbers do. But I don't sit back and watch the stats. I've never been a stat watcher. So I guess that's really one of the reasons I grew into what I grew into as far as being able to see the game and talk about it. Because I've never been a stat guy. I just don't care for the stats that much. I don't know why. I've always been this way. I can't even think of like a moment in my lifetime when I played sports that made me say to myself, yo, this dude is way better than the numbers show. You know what? Maybe it was. I played basketball for a long time, and because it had to be a team sport that made me this way. I think I played with so many great others who did a lot of the dirty work for us. And even on times I had to do the dirty work. And I understand I would never get the credit for being a great defender, being a great rebounder, chasing around the best player. I was never going to get credit for that. But I understood what dudes like me and other people had to do in order to help everybody else around us. And so I guess that's why stats just don't matter to me, because some of the dudes who play the most important roles, stats just not going to tell you that. An offensive lineman's stats. You know how I saw somebody disrespect the hell out of Jason Kelce the other day, bro. Shit was crazy. This is why I don't like X, bro. People literally get on X, ask stupid ass questions, make stupid statements. And when people go at them, they get to try to change it up. This dude tweeted, "What makes Jason Kelce a Hall of Famer?" Let's pause for a second. Framing the question like that is disrespectful for one. If he had said, I'm interested in to know what exactly made Jason Kelce as great a player and a Hall of Famer as it did, because I don't understand what makes a great center. Even though if you don't understand a great center when you're seeing it, I truly don't believe you know football. However, he worded it, what make Jason Kelce a Hall of Famer? He started shitting on Jason Kelce's numbers. And when people in the comment was going at him, he said, bro, I never said that he wasn't. I just asked. No. And I loved it when somebody else tweeted him and said, no, bro. You was being condescending, you bitch. You know exactly what you was doing. You know how you asked this question. Don't try to run away from it now. That's my type of guy right there. Bro, people like to say standing on business. Ain't nothing, boy, you ain't never seen nobody run away from business faster than the motherfucker on Twitter who have a whole comment section going at they dumbass tweet. I'm telling you. And I'm be honest with y'all, man. I be tweeting at Ryan Clark a lot on Sundays going at him. And it's because I haven't forgiven him for taking Jared Goff over Lamar Jackson. I'm trying to forgive him, though, because Ryan Clark is actually a great analyst. And he say a lot of things that I do like, even though it's a lot of things in the media he say, not necessarily that he say. You know, I'm one of those people who, you know, if you're going to keep bringing up all the bad history Lamar got, why we don't do that for all the other quarterbacks? It's only one fucking quarterback, bruh, who you can talk about good all the time and never bring up their bads, and I'm cool with it. That's Pat Mahomes. Coincidentally, they don't do that for him. They still will bring up they doubted my boy all fucking year. All year they talking about, the offense. You know what I did when I got on here? I told you that the offense wasn't that great. But what did I do? I kept telling you, they're going to be in the AFC Championship game. Because when I look around everybody else, see, this is what my problem, I got a lot of problems with these motherfuckers, but here's another one. When you look at how misaligned the Chiefs offense looked, your next job is to look at everybody else around them and make a legitimate prediction as to how good you think they will be and how they will be against KC, which is what I did. And I said at the time, I don't believe in Miami against KC. Coincidentally, Miami ended up losing to KC earlier this year. I said I still don't trust Buffalo against KC. I said it's only one team who I would take over KC, and the other one is hurt, and that's Cincinnati and Baltimore. One because of the weapons, the other one because of the quarterback. Plain and simple. And I never moved off of that. All season, it didn't matter what happened. It's not that Saint didn't adjust his expectations and things like that. It's because Saint didn't jump out the window off of one bad game, two bad games. No. That's Pat motherfucking Mahomes over there. I know what I'm seeing. I don't need him to be great every week throwing for 5,000 yards a season and 60. I don't need him to do that for me to still have faith in him. I understand how inherently dangerous and tough this game is. Something that they keep telling you in the media, but not living by it. It's crazy. But next I want to hop to Sean McDermott. I done given this some thought. Now, I said last week, I think it was, on a past show, I said that, you know, I'm not a fan of constantly firing head coaches, especially when you got a good head coach. I don't believe in constantly firing. I don't actually think that Sean McDermott is a great head coach. I do think he a good head coach, but I don't think he a great one. And I actually think the course has been run on Sean McDermott. Sean McDermott actually done a couple things that I'm not too big a fan of. Him taking over the defense from Leslie Frazier I'm not a fan of that. I don't really care about that comment he made in the locker room. I understand how bad a comment it was, and I talked about how insanely crazy that comment was. But it happened in the locker room, and it shouldn't have got out. But clearly some player was offended enough for it to have gotten out, and I can't be mad at them for that. But just my question would be, what is Sean McDermott now doing late in this is 6th, 7th year as the head coach? What has he done to this point to get them over the hump? Because this could be one of them situations where you got to go out and fire Mark Jackson and bring in Steve Kerr. And I'm almost leaning more towards that's what's going to have to happen, because this is my question with Buffalo. How much better can the defense get? Buffalo at their best defensively the past couple years still didn't get you a ring. Sean McDermott does not deal with the offense. So what more can Sean McDermott do for this team? Put people in position, hire better people. At some point in time, in my opinion, it's time to let Sean McDermott go. I just don't think, when I look at, and people don't even give him the credit for Josh Allen's growth. They give it to Brian Dable. But I'm looking at some of these other head coaches around the league, and I'm looking at how they constantly evolving. I just don't see the evolution in Sean McDermott, to be honest with you. And listen, if they don't fire him, that's completely fine with me. But I just don't know if they are going to get over the hump with Sean McDermott. Because at this point, I just don't know what Sean McDermott is doing. I cannot say, oh, he a motivator. He a defensive-minded coach. He's not a motivating coach. Yeah, every coach can motivate their players, but if I'm starting to give him that as his credit, yeah, it's time to make a change. So I just think the philosophy, the way the team have been coached, it's time to evolve it, because clearly this iteration of Buffalo is not getting it done. And if you somebody who don't think Sean McDermott, and I'm not telling you Sean McDermott is a bad coach. Sean McDermott would get fired and he would probably have another head coaching job by the end of this year when free agency start, or by next free agency. I am in no way telling you that Sean McVay is a bad coach, Sean McDermott is a bad coach. But what I am telling you is at some point in time, it's time to make a change. They haven't achieved the highest goal yet. And they've been at this thing for a minute. The roster finna look drastically different, I believe, in the offseason. I think it's time to move to an offensive-minded head coach. You want a team that's good enough defensively to understand we don't need a defensive head coach to be great defensively. We don't. You needed him when you was trying to build a culture. I don't even know what the Bills culture is, to be quite frank with you. We just know that that's a good team. I think that it is time. Now, maybe you say to yourself, well, it's not really no options out there. I'm trying to tell you, man, I don't understand how Eric Bieniemy has not gotten play. I really don't. Eric Bieniemy, to me, it should be a head coach in this league. I don't like that he haven't been given an opportunity to fail. One of the brightest offensive minds in football cannot get a head coaching job. When we done seen Josh fucking McDaniels get 2. We saw Brill O'Brien get 1. We done seen so many average to mediocre to bad offensive minds get head coaching jobs. But Eric Bieniemy, 2-time Super Bowl OC, can't get a head coaching job. That's pretty insane to me. And if I was a owner with a Josh Allen, a Justin Herbert, who I think I can get to the next step if I put an offensive-minded guy. Because one of the biggest problems that I'm having with Sean McDermott is since Dayball, you haven't been able to figure out this offense. It's no way we should have Kincaid, Knox, and Allen and Diggs, and not have an offense like a offensive game plan that's consistent and know what we are throughout the whole season. Yet every season, we either relying on Josh Allen to get us there, trying to figure out how to create a run game, accepting we don't have a run game, hoping Diggs play out of his mind. I don't know, man. To me, Buffalo gonna have to really consider moving forward in a different direction, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. And the final thing I want to talk about on the show, I am about to the next show, I'm gonna talk about Detroit. I actually think that Detroit can win that game now. I've been giving it some thought. I watched some tape today. I think Detroit can win that game. I'm still not picking them to win that game because I think the secondary is just too god awful. And if Debo does play, there's just no way I can see them defending Ayuk, Kittle, and I just don't think they got the matchups, man. I don't think they had the matchups. Hold up, bro. I'm looking at some absolute nonsense, bro. Okay, but yeah. I don't think they had the matchups in that game, but we're going to talk about it later on in the week. But my final thing with Buffalo is this. At some point in time, the excuses won't even matter. It won't. All the excuses that the media seem to make all the time, at some point in time, they won't matter, folks. At some point in time, failing over and over again is just going to be what it is. Which is why I really think they need to make a change at the head coach, because I don't think you want to continuously. You already in a trend of losing with Sean McDermott in these big games. But this is my question: what could Sean McVay do to keep his job next season that he haven't already done, aside from win a Super Bowl? Because to me, to keep a head coach can't just be, oh, we think he can win a Super Bowl. Or to let a coach go and say, like, the thing he got to do to keep his job is to win a Super Bowl. If he got to keep his job, if winning the Super Bowl is what he got to do to keep his job, he should not have that job still. Because it can't be that easy. It can't be that simple. Like, oh, if you win a Super Bowl, you keep your job. No. If that's what it's done come to, we probably should make a change at head coach. Also, I'm starting to think that they might make a change defensively, bro. I mean, with Stephon Diggs. Like, I think they're going to make a change with Stephon Diggs. I really do. And as crazy as that sounds, the way these last two seasons done basically played, I saw that little meme. It was like, yo, blood been standing here for 4 years. Hey, yo, they keep updating the picture, bro, of Stephon Diggs standing there after they lost to the Chiefs, bro. That is cold, boy. They say blood been standing here for 3 years. Tell blood to go home. I'm like, God damn. That's crazy. But listen, if you're a Buffalo fan, don't worry, bro. There's other teams for me to cook. Specifically, I had to get on here and talk about y'all, though, because the media coverage of Buffalo today has been absolutely ridiculous. For one, for Dan Orlovsky to say Josh Allen played a flawless game, that's crazy, because if you played a flawless game, you probably win that game. Like, I say it all the time, bro. If you lost the game, you did not play a flawless game. And I even said it. The closest thing to a flawless game I've seen in a loss was Josh Allen when he lost to the Bills, and that wasn't a flawless game. Why isn't it, Saint? Because the motherfucker didn't win. Like, what the fuck? Bro, people act like the end result is not a part of the performance. Yes, it is. Because we play it to win. You play to win. So, listen, Buffalo fans, and I hope I got a couple of y'all listening to this. Josh Allen got to be held to the same standard that you motherfucker. If this is my thing with Buffalo. If that was the Ravens in that game, and the game played out the exact same way for Lamar that it did for Allen, they would have been killing Lamar. But for some reason, when it's Josh Allen, the first thing we got to say is, oh, let's find a way to defend him. Let's find a way to defend him. And that's the problem with Justin Herbert. That's the problem with Allen. And that might end up being the problem with Burrow if he never get back to one. Really, my problem is y'all and this Joe Shiesty, this Joe, like, bro, y'all be showing the corniest Joe Burrow shit, bro. And y'all love it when a white dude appropriate black culture, bro. Y'all love it when that shit happen. And I'm not telling you that that's what Joe Burrow doing, but that's what the media making it seem like. And they love painting pictures of that, bro, and acting like it's no problem with it. Like, I understand white people can like rap music and all that type of stuff too, bro. I trust me, I get that. But when it comes to these Buffalo Bills, man, I'm going to be honest with you also. I could really see this team taking a step back next year specifically with Sean McDermott. Because at this point, what you're doing is basically keeping him hired because he can win in a bad division. Because the two bottom tier teams in this division, you don't worry yourself with, the Patriots and the Jets. And the other team, you don't think that the quarterback good enough to beat your quarterback. That's the only reason you continue to stand pat. But if Mike McDaniels had a better quarterback, would you then believe that Sean McDermott was still the answer? I don't think you would. And so that's just my 2 cents on the Buffalo Bills. Hey, listen, fellas, it was a beautiful season. You know, you got to shovel snow for $20 an hour, you know, like a bunch of doofuses. And look at you now. I'm not going to stop bringing that up. You guys are a bunch of fucking dipshits. If Baltimore had a called and been like, yo, anybody who can come shovel snow for 20, I would have first been like, bro, for just $20 fucking dollars. And then second, I would have been like, man, I ain't shoveling no fucking snow. Bro, y'all better hire somebody to do that. Y'all $1 billion company, bro. Y'all better hire somebody to come out here and do this shit, bro. Y'all got the money to hire a company to come out here and get this snow gone. Buffalo fans, bro, you so gullible. You just so gullible, bro. Gullible's not even word. You're just so fucking stupid. Yeah, I mean, it just is what it is. Maybe if you demanded more out of your fucking franchise and stop letting them hoe y'all around for being a great fan base, maybe you don't lose all them Super Bowls you lose in the back in the day. Maybe you finally get over this Pat Mahomes hump. Because Josh Allen's starting to look like the new Jim Kelly, ain't he? Like, and I saw, I was seeing this is the thing, the Brady Manning type of thing. No, it's not. No, it's not. I saw somebody today call into a show and say that Josh Allen is more closer to Dak Prescott than he is Peyton Manning or Tom Brady. And as much as I love Josh Allen, I was offended when I first heard it. Then I sat down and thought about it. He might got just as many wins in the playoffs as Dak Prescott. But just like Dak don't beat the top teams in the playoffs, neither does Josh Allen. And somebody gonna be like, whoa, it's not a quarterback, not a quarterback. If they win, it would have been Josh Allen won the game. Silly white analysts. These tricks you pull are for dumbasses. Anyways, with that being said, I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. We are on the hunt for 100 subscribers. So help your boy out. Let's get to 100 subscribers. And then after we get to that, it's the push for 150. Then the push for 200, 250, 350, 4. It's just a growth, bro. We growing. We're growing and we excited about it. I do appreciate y'all for joining me, though. On another episode of Kicking It with Saint. I can't tell you how quickly to be ready for the next video, but I do know the next show will be the Detroit Lions. So, with that being said, I appreciate you for joining me on another episode of Kicking It with Saint. Tell somebody you fuck with them. Tell somebody you love them. You could be anything in the world. Choose to be kind to somebody today. You could be anything in the world. Anything. So be kind to somebody today. I fuck with you. I love you. And I appreciate all the comments. I appreciate talking with y'all in the comments, bro. It's really one of the highlights of my day. I can't always get to it in a proper time fashion, but don't ever comment and think to yourself, oh, he ignored me. No. I'm going to get to it. If I haven't responded, it's because I haven't seen it yet. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support, all the constant support, the subscribing, the liking, the commenting. I appreciate all of it, man. I truly do. I can't wait to be able to give back one day. I can't wait till we a huge organization one day, and so then the media have to deal with all the bullshit that we be saying. But with that being said, I fuck with you. I love you. Like, subscribe, share. Saint out.
I got the moves like hot sauce. Lil' mama taking the top off. I'm laying down getting topped off. After this, she know she getting knocked off. I know she loving the money, so I keep on thumbing and thumbing. She say she horny when she taking shots, so I keep them coming and coming. Now I'm putting dick in her tummy, scoop her up like I'm raking her something. You would think shawty red track, the way that she running and running. You getting dumber and dumber, you out here chasing the bone. After she finished from giving me dome, the Uber is taking her home. Tight.